Girls, how you doing? So another pick a card, and today is going to be how do they feel. It's nice to have a little bit of a, an idea. So £2, and we're going to develop, of course, but let's have a look. How do they feel? Good question indeed. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, part number 1. Two of Cups, Death, Seven of Swords, fascinating. Okay, so what do we have here? What do they feel? It's like they're running away from the emotion, or they were running away from the emotion for a very long time. And it was too much to handle. It was a lot to take in, and they couldn't face it. Fair enough. But there is a rebirth because it maybe took time away from you or time to think. And as a result, what they want is to go to the next level. And also, when you see a reconciliation, it can also, this one, mean moving in together. It can be an idea of movement and make it, much more serious. It has to be equal now. You have one cup each, and it has to be all about the feelings. The mind has to be, away from that decision. It's all about the feeling, the heart, okay? Fascinating, very strong connection here. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because it can't forget you. I mean, Queen of Wands is male, female, doesn't matter. You center stage. You're extremely luminous. You really out there, and they look at you and they're like, oh wow, okay. I mean, seriously, you tick all the boxes for that person, and it's sexually charged, definitely an enormous amount of attraction, and they've been maybe watching you for quite a while, but they were maybe trying to, keep it very rational. There's nothing rational here, absolutely not. Is you know what I'm saying? So, but they did try. They for whatever reason, they try not to engage in that way, but they had to purge because that feelings of je ne sais quoi, they can't go away, they can't escape it, they have to engage. It's beyond what they've experienced before, and as a result there is a child, and it's like is the timing is right as well. I mean, it's going very fast now, but it's a yin and a yang, being balanced now. Before, they were pushing something away, they were not congruent with themselves, they were not going for the truth. Now they can't escape the truth. They know that you're the final destination here in some ways. It is a really powerful, balanced connection here. Yeah, of course, you may as well be covering your heart, because if someone really run away from their own emotion, what would you risk your heart? Male, female, doesn't matter here. If you feel there is some kind of, there is a runner passing by topless, that got my attention. That's the thing, when you're on the ground floor, there's a problem of concentration eventually, but it was hard to miss. You see, it's like, woo! Anyhow, moving on, back to the subject, Axelle. Of course. Am I blushing? No, I'm not. So anyhow, it's a good life, isn't it? So yes, what was I saying? I don't know. Yeah, because that person was running away from their own emotion, you kind of backed off a little bit and protect your heart. I'm still giggling inside. You can see, I'm sure you can. So yeah, you did backed off a little bit, because why would I put my heart on the line? On the line. Absolutely. But there is, obviously, sexually is very charged, and is an attraction, is mutual, but also is an idea of maybe that person were not able to open up completely to you because they were still attached to a karmic connection. There was some kind of a toxic attachment to something or somebody, therefore you backed off for a while. But there's love. There is love at first sight on both sides, I think. And so it's hard to forget. And at the end of the day, it has to move to the next level. It's obvious as sometimes it's so intense, the love at first sight, that you kind of naturally take a step away because it's like too much to handle. But then you have time to reflect on it, and then you want to move forward. And obviously, reconciliation is inevitable. You say, I maintain my serious, somehow, serious, what? Whatever. Pile number 2. How do they feel? Ace of Pentacles, the Lovers, 2 of Pentacles. Wow. Interesting. So again, they feel like there was maybe someone else. There was a third party, or a third party doesn't have to be, somebody else. It can be another focus. It can be work, had to be the priority for a while, or maybe some other obligation or responsibility they had somewhere else. So they couldn't really be devoted to you, but it could very much be someone else. So they were going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. However, we all know, we're more than 2 people here, then that represents number 8, the infinity number. So the back and forth, it doesn't matter because it's there to stay. And now the timing is absolutely brilliant. He wasn't for a long time, but now you have another opportunity to have a go at it. And it could be just absolutely brilliant, because maybe you needed to have a little bit of a better understanding, and obviously the situation had to be sorted. You couldn't be like a mistress all over. Hell no. Okay, so bam. Yes, there's an idea of, quite often that happen on the 10 of Pentacles. People recognize each other very quickly, but they have to walk away, build their power individually, separately, and then come back together and reconnect. And that's when the whole shebang happened, and it is magnificent. So let's not forget, that is success, that is abundance, creating children, co-creating businesses, co-creating whatever you want. Magnificent. Okay, so yeah, you manifested each other, but there was also fighting for the illusion. The magician can be maintaining an illusion. Maybe that person was maintaining an illusion in another relationship. And when they met you, they realized, I'm lying to myself. But it was difficult to integrate that idea straight away and put it into practice, obviously. Disturb completely the whole story. But you receive the fruit of your labor, and it's something that you inspire that person as well to go for their dream and their truth. Because even though you went through an enormous amount of resilience, you needed the resilience, but even though you went through a lot of trouble, a lot of obstacle in your life, you maintain an open heart. And that is an inspiration for them, because they realize, yes, maybe I've been doing a lot of compromise for the wrong relationship, but now I appreciate as well that I can't just be beaten by life. I have to give, that, or maintain that hope, and I have to give another chance, and have to open the door to love, true love, and my truth all together. Absolutely. Yes, they had to let go of something, it was something quite dark, quite toxic, obviously not the right thing for them. It was maybe for a while, but not anymore. They grew out of that connection, or grew out of that situation, and they needed to let go maybe of a pain, or that darkness they were carrying with themselves for a long, long time, and elevate themselves, because it's all about the cups here. So it's all about elevating the debate, really. So that's why maybe as well, if you went through a period of time when you were really angry at each other, or frustrated at the very least, you needed that pause, let go of that anger, understanding where that comes from, really, and then open your heart again. So there's an idea of, yes, maybe you had to choose between two, is true, but also for you to wait, because, as I like to say, the ship is coming back to the harbor. Inevitably, it will happen. But you just have to be patient and trust the process. There is a process here. Absolutely. What did I say? There's definitely a process. That person needed to become the emperor. Male, female, doesn't matter. It's someone who is focusing in ones. And it's interesting, because that person, when they make the decision, they know who they want to be with, and they go and get it. Absolutely. There's no hesitation. It's full on. And that's splendid, because that's will allow definitely a brand new beginning, and that we allowed the top of the top. Et voilà, on this note, have a beautiful day and I'll see you tomorrow. Mwah, ciao.